In today's episode, Paleo Magazine's Tony Federico will be joining us to whip up some absolutely delicious party time treats that you can eat without regret. Bacon-wrapped jalapeno shrimp, garden burgers with a grilled romaine salad, and a rich and creamy key lime pie parfait for dessert. Stay tuned to the end of today's episode where you'll discover how to win Tony's Paleo Grilling Cookbook, a 1-year subscription to Paleo Magazine, and a $50 gift certificate to Wild Things Seafood. I'm your host, Camille Macris, paleo chef, lover of good food and vibrant health. Each week, Camille's Paleo Kitchen brings you special guests, recipes, fun tips and tricks, along with a giveaway of one of my favorite kitchen tools that will leave you inspired and excited to cook at home for you and your family. It's all happening now on Camille's Paleo Kitchen. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode number 10.
Episode
whoop,
10.
Whoop.
Big 10-0.
Whoop, whoop. We are going to do a super fun paleo party entertaining grilling episode.
Paleo grilling and entertaining.
And with me is my very dignified co-host, guest of the hour, Paleo Magazine's Tony Federico, who's also the author of a super delicious cookbook that we are doing some recipes from, Paleo Grilling.
Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure.
Thank you for coming out to be with us in our studio today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so excited.
So we're going to be making some key lime pie paleo-friendly parfaits. We're also going to be doing a garden burger with a grilled romaine salad.
Yummy.
And then we're going to finish that with, well, it's kind of like the appetizer, but bacon-wrapped jalapeno stuffed shrimp.
Yum. So when you say garden burger, do you mean that you're just going to like take out of the freezer some of those frozen soy burgers?
All those veggies are going to be held together by meat.
Yes. That's my favorite
because
kind.
Because this is your paleo kitchen.
I do have a veggie burger in my cookbook also, which is like a whole bunch of meat.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. Well, of course you'll allow it because we had the same idea.
We're on the same page.
We're on the same page. So let's get started with prepping the parfaits.
Totally. Okay, so the base for these is the dates. Dates, obviously, it's a natural form of sugar, so even though it's a little sweet, we're going to allow it for this. You know, the paleo diet doesn't necessarily have to be 100% sugar-free as long as you're getting it from good quality sources and not overdoing it. So we're talking about 6 dates for an entire recipe, so it's not huge.
And have these already all been pitted?
I went ahead and I pitted it before we came on.
That was smart because
it would have been gross if we didn't do that.
Super disgusting.
So you definitely want to pit the dates. Have you ever had a bad date?
No.
It's almost as bad as a bad date.
Can you have a rotten
date?
date?
Yeah, you can have a rotten date. So the pitting process, when you actually split it open and kind of scope out the insides, it's twofold. You can tell if it's going to be a bad date before you even kind of get into it.
Well,
so it's
how
kind
do you
of
know?
it'll look super gross. Yeah, there'll be all sorts of nasty stuff in there.
Like worms and mold.
Exactly.
That is how you know that your date has gone bad.
If there's worms and mold, you know that the date has gone bad.
That is a date you will not be
So these are all good dates. So we're going to use the good dates. We're just going to go ahead and throw them in the food processor. So let's go ahead and process those a little bit. We're going to get the dates going. And we're just trying to break them up because we're going to keep processing this a little bit later.
Okay.
Okay, so the dates are now kind of in paste form. We're going to add to that the toasted almonds. I love the toasted almonds because if you think about like a traditional key lime pie, you have, what do you use for a key lime pie crust?
You would use like probably graham crackers?
Exactly, graham crackers. So the graham crackers in the traditional key lime pie recipe kind of give you that sort of toasted, caramelly, just kind of nice flavor. To take that out, you need to put something paleo-friendly in, so we're using toasted almonds. We're also going to use some just shredded coconut. This is unsweetened and unsulfured coconut, of course. Go ahead and drop the lid back on there. Process it up some more. All right. So the next thing that we're going to add is some coconut butter. Sometimes people confuse coconut butter with coconut oil.
Yeah, what's the difference?
You said that you actually had never tried coconut butter before. I'm going to call you out.
I know. Maybe I've had a little taste of it with a friend of mine, but I've certainly never purchased it before.
Do you want to try a little? Just a little dab? See what you think. So basically,
obviously it's delicious.
It's just ground up coconut. So if you took coconut flakes and ground them more, you get coconut butter.
But that's a lot wetter.
It is a lot wetter because it's the whole meat, so you have the coconut oil and everything kind of gets going. Now, this was liquidy because I put it in, are we allowed to use microwaves? I use the microwave. Uh-oh.
I use it a little bit sometimes.
Okay, well, you could use a water bath to soften it up, but since coconut has so much saturated fat in it, which is one of the reasons why we love coconut, because we want that saturated fat, it also means it's super hard at room temperature. So your coconut butter is going to be pretty difficult to work with. You got to soften it up before you put it in there.
Good tip.
We're going to add just a little splash of vanilla. Just a couple drops will do. That's my very scientific measurement system at play there. And this is where we're going to get a little pinch of salt as well, because that salt really helps just kind of bring out the sweetness. Okay, so we're just blending it some more.
So now I know with this recipe, the way that we're choosing to do it today,
Right.
we're just going to be layering it and using it as a crumble. But can you actually, when you do it with the recipe with a traditional pie, would you actually push it
totally.
in and then bake it? Or no, it's raw?
Right, it's raw. And the reason we don't have to bake it is because we've already toasted the almonds. So the almonds are all kind of nice and toasty, so it gives you the same flavor that like a baked crust would be. No flour in it. Pretty good, right? A moment of silence.
Like you even needed to ask.
I didn't need to ask. So you notice I'm kind of playing with it a little bit. I'm not doing that just because it has a fun texture, which it does. But you know it's kind of you got a good crumb going when it kind of sticks together if you press it. So you just want that nice, it'll hold together. The hold togetherness, the scientific phrase for things
Hold
that
togetherness,
hold together.
yes. This is a perfect hold togetherness.
So this is going to be lime juice.
Okay.
And if you have access to key limes, great. If you have regular limes, that works as well. We can have some
Can
flexibility.
I tell
in
you
our recipe
something funny
making.
about key limes? The first time I wanted to make a key lime pie, and I didn't even know like what makes it key. And I went and I
Very
looked
important.
on Google, and I was like, oh look, there are different kind of limes. So I went and I had to go to like 4 stores because I don't live in Florida like you do.
Right.
And it seriously took me like 2 hours to squeeze my limes because it was just like these little tiny.
They're very small limes.
And they weren't
The key
that
limes are-
juicy. Like, it was a really good dessert, but
Yeah.
it was like, wow, that was a lot of work for key
A
lime
lot
pie.
of work. So we didn't use key limes, but we got regular limes. Those will totally work. We got some maple syrup. We have some coconut flour, which is dried ground coconut. And then we're going to fold in this nice, beautiful coconut cream. We got to peel some avocados, though.
Let's
You
do
wanna
it.
help me with that?
Yes, I would love to help you with that.
So one little trick, if you pop out the little kind of button, the stem button
Yeah.
on an avocado, and it's still green, you know it's good. If it's brown,
Oh, yeah, it's
put
like-
it down.
Brown, put it down. Green, in the clean.
Green, you're in the clean. That works. So toss the avocado into the food processor. Okay, so we got the avocado in there. We're gonna throw in the coconut flour. We're gonna add the maple syrup.
So you can just throw all of these in at the same time?
Totally. Yeah, this
Okay.
is, one of the things that I love about, this is part of my paleo cooking philosophy. It should be relatively easy.
Yes.
If you have to
Amen.
have professional training to make a paleo recipe, I don't know. I want it to be accessible. I want people to be looking forward to cooking and not
Yeah.
afraid
Totally.
to cook.
This seems like it's going to be really very lime-tastic and not that sweet.
Right. Not very sweet, and I think that for somebody who's maybe used to like a super kind of like boom sugar
Right, this
rush,
is not that.
It's not going to give you the sugar
That's
rush.
not what we're doing. We did a sugar episode with JJ Virgin. If you guys haven't seen that, it was really, really informative. And we just talked about retraining your taste buds so
Right.
that, because after you've had years and years and years of just
Exactly.
eating tons of sugar, then you need everything to be really
Exactly,
sweet. But
yeah.
if you can go back and retrain, then like for you and I, it's like, oh, this is a super great
Right.
dessert. And then when you go and eat like the real desserts, it's like,
Boom, you're like, ah,
that's way too
that's
much.
crazy.
Ah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
so all you out there, watch the JJ Virgin episode, retrain your taste buds,
Yeah.
and then make this recipe.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got all the ingredients in there. We're going to go
I'm
ahead.
going to cover this.
Good call.
Should we
Perfect.
scrape down the sides at all? Do you think?
Well, it's pretty clean. We're looking okay. All right,
All right.
let's see what you think. Bam!
Wow.
That's the lime. That's the lime.
That is intense.
Yeah, so that's our filling. So at this point, we're gonna kind of just put this stuff to the side.
Okay.
We can fold some of the coconut cream into this.
Okay.
And then we're gonna save some of the coconut cream for topping.
For a dollop on the top.
Exactly. And that coconut cream is just, if you get by the full fat coconut milk
Mm-hmm.
and set it in the refrigerator, it will kind of solidify. and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you
I
scoop
love
out.
that.
So there's nothing really fancy to making that.
I got the Thai Kitchen brand. You can get organic, and that usually has the nice thick layers also.
It seems to work really well, which is important.
Yes, totally. So we are just going to put this away
Yep.
and get started on our grill
The meat.
recipes.
Yes, the fire.
meat. Ha ha.
All right, so we're going to be prepping the shrimp and the garden burgers.
Yes.
So we're going to kind of divide and conquer here.
Yes.
And make our work a little bit easier.
Because we are hungry and ready to
We are
party.
hungry. We don't have time to waste Not eaten. So for the shrimp, really a simple recipe.
Okay.
These are already peeled, deveined, and kind of slightly butterflied. So there's just kind of like a slit down the center. Super easy. Take your shrimp. We're gonna kind of dust it with just a little of this like spice mixture.
And all of the
garlic and onion.
recipes, all
Yep.
of the recipes are at paleokitchen.tv, so you don't have to worry about measurements or what exactly is in that. We're going to give you
Break
all
it
of
down.
that, break it down for you when you go to the website to get those recipes.
So dust it with a little spice. Throw that piece of jalapeno right down in the
Ooh.
center.
So you made a little cut in
Yeah,
that.
you make a groove in the
Okay.
shrimp. It's like
When you devein it?
when you devein it, yeah, you just
Okay.
kind of continue the process and throw that little.
Oh, we're
piece of jalapeno.
reveining.
We're reveining with jalapeno.
With jalapeno.
And then I do encourage people to avoid the temptation to get a thick cut bacon if at
Oh,
all possible. This
okay.
is good size though.
Oh, okay,
we're,
good.
We're working with this, but
Okay.
you'll sometimes find that really extra thick cut bacon
It's
in the
not going to
stores.
wrap very well.
And then it takes so long for the bacon to cook that your shrimp gets overcooked.
Oh, and we don't want that.
You don't want to overcook shrimp.
Okay,
Shrimp
so
doesn't
thinner-
really take a whole lot of time.
So thinner cut bacon.
Thinner cut bacon. And so then you want to get a real kind of tight wrap on that. So you use the bacon to really hold everything together and then just throw them on the skewer. So that's all we're going to be doing for the shrimp.
Okay.
We're going to continue that process. We're going to put 3 on each skewer.
Okay.
And then we're going to be also getting the garden burgers
Garden
prepared.
burgers. So you're going to keep on skewering
I'm going to keep
these.
skewering the shrimp.
And so I really love that this recipe. Anything that you can do to, especially for kids and
Yeah.
people who don't like vegetables, I really love just being able to sort of hide or pack in veggies in unsuspecting places. So that's why I was.
Stealth health.
Yeah. Ooh, I like
Yeah,
that.
you can use that.
So what we're doing for this is, so we already have our pan, our Salad Master skillet is heating up right now, and obviously, like, you can use a normal food processor if you want to do this quickly. You've seen me use a food processor in the past. I'm going to be using our trusty Salad Master machine because I just like being able to grate the food directly into the hot pan. So we're going to start with just a little bit of coconut oil. And this is, as you can see, really nice and hot already.
Yeah, I love those gas burners.
Yeah. So I'm getting this like right underneath here, and I'm just going to, woo!
Throwing them in there. That's clever, I like that. Get the stem up in there.
Yep. So we have our coconut oil that has our zucchini, broccoli stem, and onion going right now. I'm just putting a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Gonna give your the broccoli a cut. How's that going? That's looking
We're almost done.
delicious.
The shrimp are close to being wrapped.
So you want these pretty small, right?
Right, because like we were talking about, we want to get that stealth
Yes.
vegetable in there.
Stealth
So
vegetable.
the smaller it is, the more it's all kind of going to just melt together.
Yeah.
And then nobody will be the wiser when they're getting all those veggies in their burger.
Yeah, and it is important that you do this preliminary step of cooking it all down, right? Because
Totally.
it releases. If you tried to just put all the raw veggies in, it could become like a big wet mess on the grill.
Yeah, exactly. So the water from the fresh vegetables will come out and kind of make
Yeah.
the burger soggy. And then also by cooking it beforehand, you really develop a lot of those flavors. You get the caramelization, the Maillard
Yeah.
compounds. So all those layers of flavor really make a big difference.
I'd really like to throw some of that from there into that. Would that be okay?
I'm totally game. You know, I think being a little creative in the kitchen is important.
A
So,
little creative?
A lot of creative.
A lot of creative.
I like this nice sharp knife.
I know. Those are my Salad Master knives. I love them.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think people are always afraid of sharp knives, but a sharp knife is a safe knife.
Totally. Yeah, it's when you have those dull knives that are bouncing all over the place. We're like, whoosh.
Right. I'm kind of using my one hand to sort of provide a little cutting power, and I'm just sort of
Nice.
like letting the knife cut through it.
Nice. Give you some beautiful basil. Wow,
Big
this
fresh
really
herbs.
is a garden burger, isn't
That's
it?
why it's called a garden burger.
I love how messy we are. This is primal cooking right
This is
here.
primal cooking. Get
Just
dirty.
throwing it around.
It smells awesome.
It does. Oh man, the smell of fresh herbs is just, there's
That
just
basil
nothing
just hit
like
me.
it. I know,
Yep.
I love it.
Taking this, got all our herbs, spinach, boom. Making it happen.
So we have this beautiful, beautiful grass-fed beef from TX Bar Organics. So I'm just going to do, this is a pound of beef. I'm just going to throw this into our bowl. I didn't add very much salt to it yet. I'm going to add just a little bit more.
We're not afraid of seasoning.
No.
So what do you, I mean, obviously you're cool with salt. I think some people feel like paleo is like salt-free and flavor-free, but
No.
No.
It's just a matter, definitely
No.
not. Well, it's just a matter of getting good quality salts, you know, doing the,
so use good sea salt.
yeah, you don't want that. So using, I love like a really nice, like a Himalayan salt or sea salt. There's also a salt called Redmond's. Have you ever had that? It has,
Right.
you can actually see the minerals that are
Right,
still in
totally.
it. That's a nice one. Okay, so how are we gonna make sure though, those are really hot. How are we gonna make sure that, that it doesn't
Cook the meat.
cook the
too
meat
early?
before it, gets on?
Well, we're gonna want to let that cool for a minute.
Let it cool for a
Yep.
minute.
So
Okay.
as you kind of break that meat up, we're gonna let this chill out.
Okay. let's do
Final
it.
prep stuff.
Yes.
Once those veggies cool,
Yep.
we're gonna mix them in with the meat.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut this romaine, baste it with a little coconut oil. You could use olive oil or avocado oil, basically just a high heat oil.
Yes.
And then we're gonna throw this on the grill as well.
Okay.
We're gonna cut some more avocados, boom grill those.
Nice.
Kind of a fun new thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
I'm excited.
Throw those shrimp skewers on there. So
All right, let's do it.
let's do it. All right, so the veggies are only going to take a couple seconds, so I'm not going to really throw them on till the end. The burgers are probably going to take the longest, and to help prevent the burgers from sticking to the actual grill, I'm going to use a grill pan. So this is going to make our lives a little bit easier when it comes to actually peeling them back off. Because with all those veggies in there, it kind of makes for a softer patty. And then this way it'll just hold together and nothing will fall through. Boom. All right. Let's see, so we're going to throw those on there. And generally for grilling, you know, you want to cook pretty high heat for all of this stuff. It's going to be quick. If we were smoking, which is actually technically barbecuing, we'd want a lower heat and something that we would just sustain for several hours. So we're not barbecuing, although a lot of people kind of use the terms interchangeably. We're grilling, so this is short, high heat, generally about 500 degrees. So we've got the burgers on with the grill pan. The shrimp are gonna go a little bit quicker than the burgers, but I'm gonna get them going as well. We're just throwing those on there. Boom. And we're just gonna try to crisp up the bacon. By the time the bacon's done, those shrimp are gonna be perfect.
How good does this look?
It looks super good. I'm really excited.
Oh
We're
my
out
gosh.
there, we're cooking.
Yeah, it was so awesome.
There's fire and smoke.
That looks amazing.
Yep, we got our key lime pie parfaits from before, which we made. Those I'm really having a hard time not eating that right now.
I know. So good.
Shrimp are ready, nice golden brown. The bacon's crispy, everything's perfectly cooked, and then
Juice is dripping out of these amazing shrimps.
those garden burgers.
Mmm. And what I just love about a recipe like this is you're not looking at like, oh my God, this is like a whole plate of veggies.
Exactly.
But it really is a whole plate of veggies.
It's a giant plate of veggies.
And then I also just wanted to show you some fun paleo-friendly things that you can eat with your burger. So we have our delicious paleo mayo from Mark Sisson.
I'm loving that stuff.
It's so good.
Avocado oil mayonnaise, of
Oh my
course.
God, it's so good. Yeah.
Why not?
Sauerkraut, which is delicious. It has just this really nice sour bite to it that is going to play really well with the flavors already
Totally.
here.
I think the acid in food, some of those natural acids, helps offset what might be considered a little greasiness. So if it's a
Yeah.
fatty food, it kind of helps cut that.
Totally. And then mustard, we have this, we love these guys. Steve's Paleo Goods has a great paleo ketchup. It's just really great nowadays that we actually have now paleo-friendly condiments. And pickles, delicious pickles.
So it's like a regular hamburger. You know, you have the ketchup, you have the mayonnaise, you have the mustard, you have some avocado, you have some lettuce. It's all the
Yeah.
stuff that you expect,
Yeah.
all the kind of familiar flavors. and then it's something a little bit different.
Yeah, and your brain thinks that you're just eating delicious things from
and
your
your mouth
childhood.
is just happy.
And your mouth is just happy. Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of speaking of eating together, I just wanted to mention, obviously, this garden burger recipe came from the Paleo Magazine Reader's Favorites cookbook, which I think is a great cookbook. There's a lot of just contributions from people all throughout the paleo world. And there's also this cool little section in the front of the book that I actually happen to write. It just so happens. But the whole point is to eat together as a family as often as possible. And the more that you can do that, literally the better off you're going to be.
That leads us, very exciting, to this week's giveaway.
We're going to do a giveaway.
Yay! So Tony and Paleo Magazine have been super generous, and they are giving away this week an entire season.
A whole season of
Paleo Magazine. A whole
Magazine.
season of Paleo Magazine. Well, it is. Well, a whole year of Paleo Magazine. And so I love Paleo Magazine, but can you tell me why it really is so super?
Well, it's literally the first paleo magazine, and it's the only paleo magazine for people who are living the paleo lifestyle. So there's exercise, there's how to raise paleo kids, there's
you've been
recipes.
doing a lot of that lately.
All sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Really just kind of branching out because
Sleep, lifestyle.
yeah, it's a whole lifestyle, and I think that's one of the great things about paleo is that it encompasses all aspects
Really
of your
everything.
life. So it's not just what you're doing on the plate, it's what you're doing when you go out and hang out with friends and what you do with your free time, and it really allows you to be
your body all the time.
Yeah, and it's making you healthier and, like you're saying, more connected in all those areas. And
Absolutely.
Paleo Magazine covers all that. It's really great. I love it.
Yeah, so do I. We've been doing lots of recipes from Paleo Magazine in previous episodes too. We're also going to throw in the readers.
The Paleo Magazine Reader's Favorites Cookbook.
Reader's favorite cookbook and
Say that 10
the
times fast.
reader's favorite cookbook.
And then the Paleo Magazine Reader's Favorites Cookbook Holiday Edition.
Holiday edition, and last but certainly not least,
Paleo Grilling.
Paleo Grilling by Tony Federico. I
What?
forgot.
More things?
Yeah, more things. Remember this delicious wild shrimp? Wild Thing Seafood is going to give you a $50 gift certificate.
$50?
That you can use on some delicious shrimp, or
That's
you
a
can
lot of
use
shrimp.
you can use on some scallops or some crab.
How do we win?
Okay, so to win, you need to make one of the recipes from today's show. So it can be this delicious key lime parfait, the shrimp poppers, or the burgers. And go to paleokitchen.tv, and you're going to see a link to enter the giveaway. You're just going to enter in your information. It's super simple. And then take a picture of your finished dish so we know that you really did make it. Head on over to Instagram and hashtag Paleogasm, and then you're going to also tag Paleo Kitchen TV. Don't worry, it's all on the website, all the instructions. And
That sounds
then you
super easy.
Check back, see if you won, because this show is really all about getting you in the kitchen,
Right.
tasting for yourself. We know how good this food is, and we want
Exactly.
the viewers to be getting in the kitchen, cooking this food, seeing that it doesn't need to be a sacrifice to have truly abundant, amazing
We're not
health.
suffering here.
We are definitely not suffering here. So that is all we have for this week. Thank you so much, Tony,
thank
for
you so
coming
much.
on.
It's been my pleasure.
It was so fun. And we will see you next week for another amazing episode of Camille's Paleo Kitchen. See you later.